And the best and the greatest day to be alive is today. And welcome to the Wise Hour. I'm your host, Jay Mullane, also known as Wise, where we be dropping 24 karat gold bars indeed. Family, I have a special guest star. This amazing woman have done a lot for the community. She's a mentor to the youth, to women, but she definitely understand Black history, and she is connected to some of the most iconic people that you could actually think of that represent us in Black History Month. So I'm not gonna hold you guys, but what I want you to do is definitely tune in and get some 24 karat gold bars indeed. But before you jump in the show, I need you guys to subscribe, hit the like button, and definitely share. We're a family here. And I want to make sure we get this pushed out so more people can get some more information. This is going to be uplifting, be very informative, and I want you guys to get all you can. So, with that being said, I'm not going to hold you guys. So, let's go.
At the Wise Hour, we break through the night, bringing knowledge fire, so hold on tight. Every episode, a story to unfold. We're turning every minute into gold.
Wow. I have the amazing BELA. Linda Rigby is in the house. Look, she's sharing the hearts of love. Cause you full of love. All that servitude in your heart, and you give it freely to your community and love on people. Cause you have loved on me. I have been so welcome since the day I met you. So this is a long time coming. So in case people just don't know, from I don't know what reason they don't know, but I want you to introduce yourself. So let them know who you are, BELA.
Well, first of all, you know me, Wise. I never default. When I come into anyone's space, I do my shalom. That is peace. So I like to come in and saying grand rising and shalom. Thank you so much for having me, Wise. I come into your house full of grace. I come into your house with peace. And hello, our YouTube family. My name is BELA, aka Linda Rigby. Now, if you stay around a little bit, we'll break it down a little bit. But my name is Linda Rigby. It really is. That's what the government's giving me. That's the birth name my mom gave me. And more importantly, King Wise, that is the name that I get those checks and I do sign them. I tell you a little teeny bit about myself. I hail from Baltimore, Maryland. Shout out to DMV in the house. Hey, you guys understand why I say that later, because sometimes people from Detroit area, what up, Joe? They kind of overpower me. But in Baltimore, guys, we say word. But I'm from Baltimore Maryland originally, and I've been in Atlanta for about 26, going into my 27th year. And I'll leave it right there. I'm gonna tease them a little bit, Wise, because I don't talk about myself that much, but my name is Linda. I prefer to be called BELA. That is a trademark that I have. It's my business, and that's all I'll share with them for right now, Wise.
Okay, so you just share a little bit. So, oh wow, we got people who are already tuning in already. Antonio Orlando say, the best and the greatest day to be alive. Love y'all.
Better, brother.
All right, then we got Miss you, Graham. That is Patty from New York. Greeting from New York.
What's going on, Queen Patty? What if they got snow there anymore? I don't know, Wise.
Oh no, I don't know last time it snowed there in the Big Apple. So wow, but you from the Be More. This person right here, she's not that far from Baltimore herself, and that's Lakeisha Mosley. She said, "Hey, King Wise and Queen BELA."
And you know what I'm gonna say, Wise? What up, though? What up, though? I hear her what up, thoughs in my sleep, Wise.
You hear this? Oh wow! I think we had somebody respond to that. Let me see. I found a response. So she hits you back with word.
That's my girl. That's my girl.
So BELA, I'm about to start off one question to get everything started. All right.
All right.
Okay, let's go. BELA, can you share with us the journey that led you to establish BELA Biz and what inspired the name and the mission of your business?
Ooh, see, that's why I love my brother. We call each other king and queen because we got to remind ourselves who we are. You coming out the gate, Wise. I mean, you coming out with the heavy. All right, let me just kind of breathe. And I'm going to say something. This is my one of many interviews, right? So I'm gonna start with the name. The name BELA, BELA. If you can see behind me with my step and repeats, people think it's the name Bella, which a lot of people are named. Beautiful name, right? Wise Bella with two L's. But my name represents the 4 generations on the matriarch side of my family. And what I mean by that, I'm gonna break it down, Wise. The B stands for Beatrice. That was my grandmother, who absolutely was my best friend growing up. And she absolutely used to put me on my knee. Wise, I can go far as back as 7 years old. And as I told Pastor Ernest, she introduced me to the book of Psalms. And I am telling you, she is still with me. The E stands for Ernestine. Y'all know them back in the day names, right? That was my mother, who I absolutely miss. She transitioned in 1998. That's symbolic to me too, Wise. But the E stands for Ernestine. And my mother, she was definitely the disciplinarian. She didn't demonstrate the love outwardly, right? I knew my mother loved me, but her love language was do as I say, don't do as I do. And she showed me a lot in my life. The L, if anybody can figure this out, I need to have some money up in here, Wise. The L stands for my God given name, Linda, which I use in other communities. And we'll talk about that. I'm a host in a lot of communities, but the L stands for my birth name, Linda. And the A, for those people who know, I see my girl Tracy. What up, Tracy Atkinson? A stands for Ashley, who I only have one daughter. She's a millennium. We'll go there later in Wise. She absolutely is my best friend. So Bella is comprised of the 4 generations on the matrix side. B stands for Beatrice, my grandmother. The E stands for Ernestine, my mother. The L stands for Linda, my God-given name. And the A stands for Ashley. And of course, Biz is short. You got to put a little twist on it, right? Bella Biz. And I've been in existence for 13 years. And I want to say that for a reason. I'm going to stop right there, Wise. I believe in authenticity and I believe in doing things right. So everybody who's with an entrepreneur, please register your business. That's the PSA, because I'm 13 years in paying my articles of incorporation, Wise, to the state of Georgia. So I'm verified. I hope that answers your question, Wise.
Oh, yes, it did. You definitely verified. You answered the question. And I love that you get that PSA that we go ahead and register our business. I think is unique in how you talk about the name and the legacy behind it. You talk about 4 generations that's in your bloodline. Your great grandmother, I think your grandmother, your mother, yourself, and your daughter. So you already talk about your past, the present, and the future. You get that? The past, the present, and the future. And with that, you have a business that reflect that love of legacy that, you reach towards the past, not forgetting the lessons you learned from your mother and your grandmother, and also sharing those same things with your daughter. Powerful. Come on, Bella. I know. I see what you're doing. See, come on now. See, you dropping 24 karat gold bars. All right. So I'm gonna go to the next question. This right here gonna start some stuff up right here. As a entrepreneur who serve God people, how do you see your role in empowering the African American community through your work?
Ooh, love it. You know what? I'm gonna have you do some questions when I get on my platform, Wise, because I'm telling you, these are, people don't know what they don't know, but I know you personally, Wise. That's a lot of thought behind it. And I'll answer it this way. It's important for African Americans, people of color, to represent. And what I mean by that, Wise, is you have to know your past and understand it to many levels in order to understand your present to go in the future. So for me, Wise, little that people know, I work for the mayor's office, and we can talk about that at some point too. I'm on my 4th mayor, literally, and what I learned when I worked for the mayor office, I was in, believe it or not, entrepreneurship. I didn't found it, but I helped a founding member. Shout out to Thea Washington Smith, who was a founding member, to create an incubator, right? a cohort, if you will, of entrepreneurs. It's very big because I am a woman of color, African American, black, whatever term you want to use, we have to represent. And unfortunately, we can talk about that. I'm going to bring the truth wise. There's a low percentage of African Americans making it. When I say making it in entrepreneurship. So it's very dear to my heart. I tie to the African since it is Black History Month. What up, everybody? I'm showing my Tanzania jewelry and I'm representing because you know what, Wise? Back in the day, we owned our own businesses, and I want to see that flourish again. I hope that answered your question.
Oh, it did. It did. It did. And I appreciate that. And it leads to this question because I believe it's going to add to it because you mentioned the five mayors that you work for in Atlanta. Can you tell? Can you tell about the significant challenges you face while building your business and how you overcame it, especially dealing with the five different mayors in the big city of Atlanta?
Thank you. And I'm going to correct you, Wise, because I'm always about it's four mayors. And I'm going to tell you something. I started out and I'm going to name all of them. Shout out to Mayor Shirley Franklin. Now, I'm going to keep it real, everybody. Sometimes you got to pay your dues. And I worked for her and volunteered. I never got paid. But what I learned from Mayor Shirley Franklin, she was the first African American female, right? Male, and I'm talking about the city of Atlanta. For those you don't know, I'm housed in Atlanta, Georgia. There's 159 counties. Yes, Wise, it's 159 counties. But I'm referring to Fulton County and DeKalb to those who are local here. And so I serve the city of Atlanta's mayor because, Wise, every county has a mayor. Check that out, right? But the city of Atlanta is very special to me. So I shared this to say this. I did a lot of work, volunteer work for Mayor Shirley Franklin. I went into my first mayor. Shout out to Mayor Kasim Reed, who really taught me a lot. I came into the end of his first term, Wise, into his second, served him, and I went on to serve Mayor Keisha Lance Bottom, who is, not was, the second Black female mayor. And you know what? A lot was impacted by me, right? Because when you work for city government, that's all I say, Wise, it's the wonderful political ride. But I enjoyed it because it's the softer side. I'm going to say that again, people. It's the softer side to politics, but it's politics nonetheless. And when you serve in that capacity, you really get to understand community wise. You really get to understand that the money you're getting paid in your check wise are taxpayer dollars. So it's a debt that you must repay. I'm going to say it again to the people that under your constituency. So I know I can go on and on about that, but I'm proud. The mayor helped me because you know what they did, they helped incentivize what I was doing. So being an entrepreneur, and I'm going to say this very slowly, Eric King is very dear about this. I would never encourage anybody to leave their job. But for me, my journey was I kept that day job wise. I kept that 9 to 5, getting that paycheck while I was elevating myself to entrepreneurship because I don't ever paint the incorrect picture. Entrepreneurship is hard, y'all. Come on now. You don't just jump in, I'm an entrepreneur. It's a lot of hard work. Would you agree, Wise?
Oh, I agree 100%. I'm in the same boat. I work in corporate America as a VP of production operation, as a global lead, but also I have my business, Wise Choice Media, and I have learned I had to create Wise Choice Media as a baby. It grows, it got to support itself. So I had to do the steps to make it grow, while at the same time I still work in the corporate life. It's not easy, but it's well worth it because it's yours. And I guess you call it the blood, sweat, and tears you put in it. You really appreciate the effort you put in there. One thing I learned from Eric Harrison, definitely he spoke about before, you don't want to use your corporate to really fund your business. You want your business to stand on its own. So yes, it's no joke, but it's well worth it, especially if you have a vision and idea as you move forward. Like yours, like what you have with Bella Biz, is just so amazing because you have the opportunity to bring people together to community. As you serve, you bring people together and inspire them, as well share and as well do events, and you do a whole lot of things. You didn't even touch what you do with Bella Biz. Can you tell them a little bit what you do with Bella Biz that will make them, especially with event stuff, that will trust me, they'll blow their mind. Can you give them a little bit of information with that?
Sure. Thank you for that segue. And let me tell you something, Wise. When I started 13 years ago, my daughter can testify that I haven't seen her. I told her I need some love up in here. So I know she's working. Look, I'm going to say shout out to Ashley because she's holding it down. 2 full-time jobs. Yep, I'm going to brag on her. And she's going to finish her master's degree program that she started again. So she's like, Mom, I'm going to get on there, but I'll probably be on mute. Let me tell you something, Wise. This is true, right? This is some heavy stuff. When I started 13 years ago, I think somebody on this that's giving me some love is Tracy Atkinson. I always like people to verify what I say. That's what God's word says, right, Wise? And I started out saying, you know what? I do events. So to your question, Wise, well, really, I'm going back 14 years, but I worked and helped co-found an organization called Women of Distinction, right? That was my first evaluation and working with a 501c. Wasn't easy. I co-founded with 2 other beautiful women. But let me tell you something. When I got that 501c going, Women of Distinction, shout out, I began to realize the different skills I had, and in particular was events. So we would put on events 4 times a year. Let me tell you something, Wise. It's cute to say it. It's a lot of work. We had 4 initiatives, right? And this is what got me into Bella Biz. We would put on what we call a health fair. Now, that's a different kind of event, right? An actual, live, for real health fair where we picked out a mall. We went into it, right, in our community. Here it was on the, it's not really the east side, but it was Greenbrier Mall. Shout out. It's a mall in a predominantly Black area. And we made relationships. And we actually put on a health fair, bring in all the public, all the medical, all the doctors to give free health screenings because you know I'm about that community. And so we also did something called what we call a brunch. We brought in high quality women. Now let me say something, sisters. We are all high quality, but I'm talking about the ones that walk into their calling. So people like Mrs. Curlin Young, who happens to be the wife to Ambassador Andrew Young. Stop right there. Sir Nona Clayton. You know I got history all up in me, Wise, but we would bring these women in to highlight the women, and the whole premises behind it was bring the women in, charge a ticket for a high class brunch, and the proceeds would go to scholarships. So, Wise, I can go on, but that was the beginning for Bella because God gave me this name beyond 13 years ago. But Wise, you know, I'm gonna keep it real. I was disobedient. I didn't want to hear what God was telling me. But 13 years is documented that I started doing events. So I say this, Wise, I'm an event specialist, right? I don't do bar mitzvahs and I don't do weddings. I do a whole different level of events. So that's just some of the events that I've done in the past, Wise.
Oh wow! And you know what? You know what? You got people responding left and right, and and we got the amazing Patty from New York. Congratulations, outstanding accomplishments. Come on now. Wow. Then we have then we have response back from Lakeisha Mosley. Absolutely 100%. All right. Then we got a response from Katarina. You are you are speaking the truth. Representation is everything. Come on now. Come
Well,
on
Wise,
now.
can I stop right there with Katrina? Katrina sparked something because you know we go by the Holy Spirit, Wise. You know how we vibe. Representation is right, Katrina, because you know why, Wise? We have, can I go a little bit Black history? I'm thinking
Yeah.
about Wall
Please,
Street.
please do.
We're going to just take one aspect. And for y'all don't know what I'm talking about, that y'all Black, y'all better get it right. Wall Street is a staple. And I'm going to say go back to the 1800s. You know, I didn't do my stats. I love to speak the truth, the whole truth, Wise. But back in the day, think about Wall Street, right? We were thriving. We had our own businesses. We were certainly inventors, and a lot of people stole from us. And Katarina, she's right. We have to continue to represent. And what I found just in Georgia, right? I'm just gonna Make it Georgia. There's a lot of entrepreneurs. As a matter of fact, there's a county I think I told you was. It's called DeKalb County. Shout out to DeKalb County. I lived there for 9 years specifically. Here's my words wise, intentionally to live in that community. Do you know it's over 3 million African Americans? But what's special about DeKalb County? One county, yes, wise. But you know what's special about that county? It's full of entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Full of entrepreneurs. And for people who live in Atlanta, Georgia, and the outskirts, they know as far as you want to thrive to survive, you want to get that blend, right? Going back to the 1800s, to the Wall Street. I mean, if you really want to be in your total ethnicity, you go to DeKalb County. There are thousands of entrepreneurs. I know, right, Wise? One
Wow.
county, Wise. One county.
Wow. Wow. Imagine that can catch on like wildfire and not just be one county, but it could be multiple counties. What get from the county to the state, get to the state could be now. We need to, motivate and keep people. Thank you for sharing that information because, we didn't have that history. And I'm glad you got that wealth of knowledge to share. And we got Patty from New York, Reclaim and Redemption. And we got also a response from Queen Monique. Oh, she said, "Hey, Queen Bella, what are your favorite events?" So that's a question for you.
You know, it's two of them. And shout out, we got to bow down and we bow down respectfully to each other. Don't realize, I got to take the shine and give it to Queen Monique. Queen Monique is the bomb.com. And I'm going with my free PSA. And no, Wise doesn't pay me a dime. Y'all need to go back and subscribe on his YouTube channel because he honored Queen Monique. She's very special to me, and I'll get into her later. But I'm going to answer a question directly. There are two events I love the most. A lot of work, Queen Monique, but it's the health fair. That's number one. You know why, Wise? I've done it for, Tracy may correct me, years here in Georgia at a black mall. You get what I'm saying? In the black community. Because Wise, I got to go there. I got to go there with some sad statistics. We don't go to the doctors. I'm going to say that again. We don't go to the doctors. And when I put on that health fair, not me, myself, and I, in the community as a group with the Women of Distinction, you would be surprised at the people, Wise. Listen to me, I'm not exaggerating. Hundreds of people rushing to take a diabetes test, rushing to get the free health care because we would have the medical doctors, DNAs, nurses, and all that. And I was stunned, Wise, myself. The stories I would hear from the community, well, it's not that important. What? We have free health screenings for women, to get pap smears and to check for breast cancer. I'm telling you, that Queen Monique is dear to my heart. It's a lot of work involved in putting on a health fair, a lot of coordination, as you can think. But Wise, that is dear to my heart because when I watch people walk away, they don't call me Bella in that world. It's Linda. Wise, Linda, do you know this is the first free opportunity I had to come and check to see if I have diabetes? What?
Wow.
Oh, I'm so glad that you all are offering free screenings to check your breasts. What? I am not exaggerating. So that was one. Number the other two is the shoo foo Wise. A lot of work, a lot of brunches. I've done over 1,004 brunches. You know why? I counted every one of them. And I love to highlight our women of color and to come up, dress pretty, get your hat, get your tea on, and just not to exonerate, but to celebrate everyone. I love those. So it's health fair for the community and just brunches highlighting women on women Wise. I hope that answered your question, Queen.
Oh, you answered the question. You just dropped some more 24 karat gold bars. So we appreciate that. And we got some more questions. But before we go to some more questions, people, wait around. We're going to take a quick interlude. Okay, fam, we're going to take a quick interlude. I have a sponsor. He got a message for you. So definitely check it out.
My name is Anthony D. Shannon Sr., International Certified Leader, speaker, trainer, and coach, certified by John Maxwell and Samuel Chad. I am also the founder of Leaders Live Generously Academy, an Anthony D. Shannon consulting group, the #1 platform to help you overcome past failures, release your self doubt, and shatter fears. You will reach your maximum potential and achieve high results in your life and your business. You see, my mission is to help you become the best you that you can be. With over 25 years of corporate experience, from sales positions to district vice president and even vice president positions with sales companies. I have been responsible for overseeing the success of training departments with over 3,000 employees. I've had the opportunity to create and deliver world-class, award-winning presentations on global stages and corporate platforms across North America. You see, my passion in life is growing and equipping others to do remarkable things and lead significant and fulfilled lives by overcoming and winning. You know, there's no greater mission for me, period. My motto is everyone has a purpose. So you need to find your purpose and start living your life. That's why I've dedicated my life to teach and encourage people to win. You see, what separates me from the competition? I'll be flat out. It's honesty, it's integrity, it's relevance, it's passion, and it's care. We get results. I always say to live is to grow, and to grow is to change, and change is necessary for sustained success. You know, no matter the business you have, a sports team, corporate, management, or self-employed, if you are ready to unlock your full potential and win in life while serving others at the highest level, I want you to go right now to Anthony D. Shannon Consultinggroup.com or LeadersLiveGenerouslyAcademy.com.
I'm telling you right now, they get results. I've seen it personally myself. That's why I am so happy they are a proud sponsor of the Wise Hour. So definitely check out Anthony D. Shannon Consulting Group. I'm telling you, you want a life changing? You want your life to change? If you feel stuck, you feel like you can't get to the next place, that consulting group is for you. So again, definitely check them out. And again, thank you for being a proud sponsor of the Wise Hour. All right, family, the interlude over. Now we're going back to the show. I'm telling you right now, 24 karat gold bars is dropped indeed. Okay, Bella, we got some more questions. But before we go into the questions, I have something I want to share with you real quick that hopefully will inspire some more people to ask questions as well. So I want y'all guys to check this out.
Well, good afternoon to all of my YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter followers. I like to say my followers are my family. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. It's Tea Time with Bella. Now, I'm sure that you're looking at these two extraordinary men that really need no introduction, but I will honor them by, for some people who I don't know who may not recognize these two infamous faces. One is the one and only Ambassador Andrew Young, and the other beautiful man is Dr. George Frazier. I'm going to let them talk about themselves, but we're going to get right into this hour because we are talking about democracy and what it's all about. So without further ado, audience family, raise your hands. I've been promoting all week. If you're not here, too bad. Look at the recording. Let me introduce Ambassador Andrew Young and Dr. George Frazier as I get out the way. How are you gentlemen doing this afternoon?
I'm doing fine.
I'm doing awesome. I'm sitting before royalty.
Oh, we are sitting in front of royalty.
Oh, I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot, Wise.
About that. Oh, okay. I had to pay that one because you had a opportunity, amazing opportunity to be around amazing, great men and also women in our community. And so, you know, as you see, this is the question I have for you. So you cherish the relationship, especially with Ambassador Andrew Young. Can you share how his mentorship shaped your personal and professional life?
Ooh, look. Ooh, wait, let me tell you something, Wise. Now, y'all, this is where Bella goes in. Wise, you're going to have me back at least 5 more times. We're going to have to do part 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, because here I go again in the real. Now, if y'all don't know who Ambassador, I'm gonna let me clear my throat. Here I go, wise. Ambassador Andrew Young Jr. Now, if y'all don't know, don't tell Bella you don't know. While we talking, you better Google him. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I'm honored. I met Ambassador Andrew Young 26 years ago. I've been here 27 years. Oh my God, Wise, I feel old. 27 years. And I met him after my first year. And this is well, you know how I talk about collaborations and new currency wise and the power of one. I met one sweet little lady. I'm going to tell a story, y'all, because we all are storytellers. Shout out to Queen Monique. I met Zernona Clayton, another icon that you already know was a year in, and she helped me to understand who I really am. If y'all don't know Zernona, I'm going to spell it because people get her name wrong. It's X as in xylophone, Ernona, Zernona Clayton. She is one of the last standing members who actually worked with Dr. Martin Luther King as well as Ambassador Andrew Young. The power of one is powerful because this is my lane wise. I met Zernona Clayton working in the business. I already always had background in events, right? She's the founder. Please look her up, ladies and gentlemen. She founded an organization on a TV. It's not TV. It was an award-winning production award show called the Trumpet Awards, a live production, just like the Grammys, right? Just like CMA, right? Just like the BET Awards. I'm talking for real. I'm giving y'all some knowledge. Catch what Bella's saying. She, within her own right, has lived 5 times, but I met Zernona Clayton with that. See, when you walk in your calling, come on, wise. And through meeting Zernona Clayton, who told me, girl, exactly how she said it, you got some skills. I'm going to teach you the way. See, I didn't even have time to ask her to be my mentor. She volunteered, and guess what, wise? I took the bait. I stepped it up, and I went into a lot of or a lot of hard work, a lot of hateration up in here, but guess what? Did not matter. When she blessed me, and I stood beside this woman for 23 years, every year. That's where I got my production from, Wise. How about that? She showed me how to do a show. That was the first, right? I'm talking about award-winning show that I ever did in my entire life. So she taught me the way, and through meetings, Zernona Clayton, civil rights icon, y'all get my drift? I met Ambassador and I took him on. And no, I asked him, Wise, would he be my mentor? And he said, absolutely. You can't be scared, y'all. You got to walk into your calling because I'm talking about some heavy hitters. But you're right. Back to the point. Wise, that was the most riveting. I kid you not. I'm coming with my 100% energy, Wise. I was like literally sweating, not from fear, not from excitement, because I recognize, right, my past, right, and I understand my present. And if I wouldn't be sitting in this seat like you was, I'm getting ready to go there. For Ambassador Andrew Young, let me talk about him for a minute. Woo-wee. This man was a mayor twice in Atlanta. This man was an ambassador to President Jimmy Carter. Okay, that's even after he marched, because he was with Martin Luther King when the man was assassinated. Okay? At that famous picture, y'all gotta look this stuff up. I can't make it up, Wise. He was to the right of MLK when that shot came. And he still tells me, I be careful what I say, but I can say this publicly because he gave me permission. He says, Bella, I still can hear the sound of the gunshot. It don't get no better than that, Wise. He was his confidant along with him as working with the SCLC. I'm getting excited thinking about it. But Ambassador's dear to me. You know why? Because he's not a mentor in names. I'm privileged. I'm just one, Wise. I'm just one of thousands that this man freely mentors. And can we talk about Dr. G? I call him Dr. G.
Yes, we call him Dr. G.
Dr. George Frazier. Look him up. I have a quick story, Wise. He was my first official mentor. And what I mean by that, probably about 19 years ago when I got on LinkedIn. See, I listened to people, Wise. I
Mhm.
really thought LinkedIn was stuffy yuffy, and I'm talking about a social media, y'all. LinkedIn is very important and it catches the business minded people. I met Dr. George Frazier on LinkedIn. Can you believe it? He reached out to me. We hadn't met. I'm going back in my story. We hadn't met 15 years. This man mentored me. Listen to me, Wise, for 15 years digitally through LinkedIn. Never met Dr. George. You talking about somebody of power. And when I met him, it was over because if I didn't meet Dr. George, the power of one, catch what I'm saying, the power of one, I would not have met Delano. Come on, Wise. Don't get
Come
me
on now.
going, Wise.
Come on now.
I'm going to stop right there, brother.
The power of one. How you can make a connection. Then you say, see, you see, like I said, you met Ambassador Andrew Young. You asked him to be your mentor, and he accepted. Now, Dr. George C. Frazier, you did him digitally for. I mean, yeah, you said 15. You said how many?
15 years on
15 years
LinkedIn. I
on
cannot make this
LinkedIn.
up. My mama told me a long time ago, lying to get you nowhere, Wise. I'm telling you, for 15 years, we would, you know, how LinkedIn was set up, message each other back,
Mhm.
like this, but it was more on a professional level. I mean, for this man, he didn't know me from anybody, Wise. But see, when you walk in your calling, and even though you know what you don't know, a lot of times you don't know what you don't know, right, Wise? Who'd have ever thought? And as I think I saw Queen Monique bring some of those comments up, Wise, he
Yes.
is
I
OG
got some
back
questions
in
for
the
you.
day. But you know what, Wise? I couldn't handle Dr. George then because he's so pro us. And you know him, you met him, Wise. Dr. George Frazier ain't no joke, okay?
Mhm. He definitely not. And he's all about the community. He's all about the community. So we got some questions in lined up for you. So we want to make sure you get a chance to answer. So the first one from Patty from New York. Who is your most memorable mentor? I think you already answered that, but you have a lot more than that. So I'll let you
Thank
answer
you,
that.
Patty, for expounding. It's going to be Ambassador Andrew Young. I kid you not. And I think the reason, Patty, is because of the so many lives. I'm interested in historically, but I'm interested in how he zooms. And I'm going to use that word. He zooms from one right opportunity to another opportunity. And for me, I've met a lot of celebrities. We got to come back. Wise, I know a lot of celebrities. And he's a celebrity to me, but he is so down to earth, realistic, and he stays in your face with, this is what I've done, Bella. You read my history. What are you doing? See, I like mentors, Wise, that's going to challenge you. And you can't
Yes.
sit around. One day, I'll tell this quick story. And this is why he's my favorite, Patty. I was down. And for those who really know me, I don't have very well, Wise. And nobody's perfect. I wasn't having a great day. And I called him back. So he says, Bella, what's wrong with you? I'm fronting. I'm gonna use that word. I was fronting. I'm like, oh, I called about some business, but he heard it in my voice. You know what he said, Wise? I'm released because look, I had to call and make sure I can release certain things. You have to treat our national treasure with care. That's another topic for another day, right, Wise? He said, yeah, Bella, you can say this and you can say that. This is what he said to me, Bella, what's wrong with you? I said, oh, I'm okay, little damn. He said, what? He said, what the H? I'ma say it, what the H you got to be down? I was like, well, Ambassador, I'm not having a great day. And you know what he said to me? A lot of great days I didn't have, Bella, but you got to stay true to the mission. He talked
Ooh.
me out of what I would say a funk. And when I listen to him, because he is the greatest storyteller on earth, I am biased. Listen, y'all, this is truth. I'm going to bring you in. Ambassador can take something from 1955 to 1965 when they signed the Civil Rights to 1982 when he was working with President Jimmy Carter to today. And you know what I said? I couldn't even find my keys the other day. Why? I was just like, how does this man go through all these genres of history and he tells it like nobody business? And I listen to him. And one thing I'm going to tell you with royalty, we are all royalties, Wise, but when you have national treasures, you shut up and you listen, Wise. You
Gotcha.
shut up and you listen. And he'll go into a pause. But for this man, even in my low point for those few minutes, he's like, Bella, he had to check me. He checked me. Why? He said, what, you ain't got nothing to be depressed, nothing to be down. You better keep it moving. That's why he's my favorite mentor, because he's relevant, Wise. He's relevant from the past. He doesn't live in his past. He's relevant in the present. He doesn't go with the accolades. I'm all this in the bag, a lot of chips, but he motivates you. And to me, that's the true meaning of what a mentor is, Wise. I hope that answered your question,
Yeah.
Patty.
Oh, I believe you did. Motivation, motivation. Wow. And we got another question from the amazing Monique Lisa. So, great answer. How can someone do what you're doing? Do you mentor?
Oh, wow, Queen. Thank you for that, Queen Monique. Absolutely. I'm going to break that down. First of all, I do mentor, and I'm going to say this, Wise. People kind of look at you. I work in a celebrity, right? I'm in and out the celebrity realms. When I get contracts, I'm able to work other contracts because what Sonona Clayton, she showed me, right, and demonstrating, and listen to me, people, you got to give up that time. I never mentioned money, did I? I worked for Zanona Clay. I'm proud of it. For 23 years, I never got a dime. I'm talking about monetization. But let me tell you something, Raj. You know what I got? 23 years of riches. I can't even. Okay, here I go with Monique. Here I go. Don't have her beat me up, Wise. It's going in my book. Yep. Bella's finally writing that book. Some things you can't monetize. And when people give you their time, right, Wise, it's invaluable. And I'm telling you, Queen Monique, mentorship, I take it very seriously. People use that word loosely, but yes, I do mentor because guess what? We're all mentors. Now, I didn't think of that word growing up back in the day. I'm a baby boomer, Wise, right? But what it was, my grandmother was my mentor. Come on now. My mother was my mentor. I'm a mentor to my daughter. You're a mentor. So what I'm saying is, yes, Queen Monique, I have a small team of women because I focus on women. I'm about women. I'm about that women for women. I got some good stuff coming up. That's all I'll say, Wise. But yes, to answer your question, Monique, I do mentor a small body of women. And you know why, Wise? No shade with the men, Wise. I grew up with 5 older brothers. And that's a little bit more about me, y'all. And then it was me. So I grew up in a family of 6, 5 brothers in front of me. That's why me and Eric connected. And all my brothers was tall, just about 3 of them like Eric. But let me tell you something. Women, we get a bad deal. That's all I'm going to say. And I just know that God put me on this earth to promote women. I'm about the women because we have a long litany. But yes, Monique, I do mentor. But let me remind you all, we are all mentors. So let's step it up. Back to you, Wise.
Oh, let's step it up. We all are mentors. I tell you, 24 karat gold bars drop indeed. We got another question. We're going to take this final question before we go ahead and actually go ahead and wrap up the episode. So the final question for tonight, well, I got one more question for you, but the last one we'll take for the audience right there is, what are you doing now to encourage our young people to follow their dreams like you have?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thank you, Eric. And you know what, Wise? You got to have me back because I like to show you better, I can tell you. You know what I'm doing, Eric? I've never stopped. When I left, and that's another story, right, Wise? I resigned from the city of Atlanta's mayor on my 4th mayor. Third, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3. My 3rd mayor, kidding you not, because I wanted to really dive into this entrepreneurship. That's why I said, I never will encourage anybody. You do what you do when you feel the time is right, right? And so I tried to cushion myself to leave, right? The mayor's office. So I left it in the pandemic, right? On the onset of the pandemic. So I've technically resigned. I want to be real clear. My position with the mayor's office because I was working on my 5th cohort. It's a lot, y'all. I'm built for this, Wise. I actually graduated 5 cohorts. Look that up if y'all know what I'm talking about. I say it for a reason, not to dumb you down, but to educate you up. And the 5th cohort, it was time for me to leave. And this was a cohort full of women, right? Because that's what I did and do, was I support women entrepreneurs under the tutelage of the mayor's office. It's a lot involved in that. That could be a whole episode. But my point is this: when I resigned, right, Wise, went into true entrepreneurship, that's when everything started. So I mentor, to your point, Eric, several young mentees. Some of them are very successful publicly. They're all successful in my book. And they came to me and says, Bella, be my mentor. One of them is Mary Peck Hector. She's a big deal in Atlanta. I met her when she was 15 years old. She was an activist at 9. She ain't no joke, Wise. This young lady actually worked for, shout out to Action Network, right? What's his name? It's escaping me now. Come on, somebody. What's his name? It's coming to me. The point I'm making is, Eric, I never stop mentoring. When they come to me, I mentor the youth. I like to mentor under 21. So Mary Peck Hector, who was now in her 20s. There's another young lady named Davon Reeves. She's in her 30s now. Let me tell you something. This girl done bought 3 hotels. I said 3 hotels. She lives in Atlanta. And then there's another young man who's really my favorite. His name is Mason Wright. He was an entrepreneur at 11. Oh, I ain't no joke. He's an entrepreneur, and he's now 16 years young. So you know what, Eric? It keeps going on and on. I give back. I really give back to our youth.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Get back to our youth. And we talked about it earlier. And that name covered the past, the present, and the future. And we thank you. We're gonna have to have you back. Got one more question to ask you. All right. Define the word life. And what do the word life means to you?
Ooh, Wise. Life to me is, there's a difference, and I'm going to hold it together. Life, it's not an acronym to me. Life is when you really know who you truly are. I'm going to go back to the creator, right? The creator, I'm talking about the big G. I'm talking about Jehovah Jireh, my provider. I'm talking about the God of our Father. I'm talking about the Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The creator of this world, of this universe, gave each and every one of us life. It's how we choose to live, because people say, oh, you so deep. I learned from my parents. I'm going to tell you something, Wise. We got to come back because I owe all this to my parents, a lineage, right? But life to me is understanding that God has given us the ability of Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, right, Wise? Plans to prosper, right? Not to harm you. But we have to embrace the word life. And where does it come from? The creator, right, Wise? All
Yes.
I can say is life to me is on the same level of God, because that's where we get our breath from. I can get deep, Wise, but when I hear the word life, I think about my creator who art in heaven, who gave us the breath to do what we're going to do. I hope that's a short answer. I got some more, Wise, but that's the short answer. Life.
Yeah. Well, you coming back. You're gonna be able to expand upon this. So we're definitely gonna have you back. So next thing is, how can people find you? So
Thank you, Wise, because this is, man, you just got my gas tank. I'm on full right now, Wise. You guys can reach out to me 2 ways, and I please ask you to say what you mean and mean what you say, like Bella. You can follow me on Instagram, which is my most active. I'm on 6 social media platforms, but Instagram is my favorite, Wise. So just go to Bella Unplugged. I'm branding myself each and every day. That's Bella, BELA, Unplugged, UNPLU, 2 G's, y'all, ED, Bella Unplugged. So you can Instagram me and DM me there. And you can go a step further. Go to YouTube, just like Wise. I have a YouTube channel for going into my 4th year. Oh my God, Wise. Go to YouTube, type in at the search engine, Bella Unplugged, ED, Bella Unplugged, and just subscribe. Please hit the button. Help me, and then we can check it out then. But that's how you can reach me, Wise.
okay, family, was that 24 karat gold bars dropped indeed? I think you'll learn a lot about Bella and all the things that she had accomplished as far as being a business, how she, legacy, the name herself, Bella. She broke it down what it truly means. So I hope you took that in, how to understand legacy. Then also have amazing mentors in your life, people who have been through things that will encourage you to inspire you. That in as she's being inspired, she go out and she work with the women and work with the youth, inspire them as well. Truly amazing. She definitely will be back on the show to be dropping more 24 karat gold bars indeed. All right, family. You know I have a book. It's the entire Where. This book is a memoir of my life, but more than just that. It deals with my struggles with anxiety, going through adolescence, going through teenage years and adult years, and it give you a plan how to win. And so you definitely need to check out that copy. So go to the link and order your digital copy today. Family, if you want to support this channel right here, also I have a merch line. Go to this link and you can check out the shirt wear, understand where you are. And guess what, family? Even if you go a little further, you'll see 24 karat gold bars dropped indeed. Them t-shirts there for men and women. So definitely go to this link and get a t-shirt for support of my channel. All right, family. Love is an action word. While you're taking the time to love yourself, make sure you show love to someone else. I'll see you next week on another The Wise Hour. So everyone, take care and peace.
Feeling lost in the crowd, hard-headed, just a little loud, but searching for a brighter day. In the midst, find our way. Pain shadows every move, struggle trying to improve. Hope whispers in my ear, telling me the way you feel. Breaking free, living the life indeed. Breaking free, set to rise, dreams that we chase, no time to waste. Voices calling out my name, time to break out from the same. Chains fall away like rain, freedom never felt this way. Heartbeats taking the lead, planting courage like a seed. On this path, we'll unite, in the darkness find the light. Breaking free, living the life indeed. Breaking free, set to rise, dreams that we chase, no time to waste. Breaking free, living the life indeed. Breaking free, set to rise, dreams that we chase, no time to waste. Voices calling out my name, time to break out from the same. Dreams fall away like rain, freedom never felt this way. Heartbeats taking the lead, planting courage like a seed. On this path,